Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at GameFromScratch, and if the Godot engine is missing one major feature, no doubt about it, it is a terrain system. The cool thing is, the community have definitely stepped up and provided a number of solutions, and we're looking at a brand new one today. This is called Yugen's Terrain Authoring Toolkit. We're seeing the demo in action right now. What you're going to see is a very easy to use, but quite powerful system for creating terrain. Starting it, it's very straightforward and simple to work with. For example, here, I come in, I select this marching squares terrain, which by the way is the algorithm that's being used behind the scenes, and I want to go ahead and draw some terrain. I just basically go here, this will elevate it, paint like so, and then again to raise it up, there we go, there it's brought up with a smooth algorithm, or I could come here and then do the same thing, but bring it up sharply like that. I could also click to some area and then bring it back down like this to carve it down into the ground. And that is how easy it is to create terrain using this one. And you're gonna notice there is an aesthetic to this, because this is very much designed for creating 3D games or 3D backgrounds in a 2D or sprite style art look. On top of that, you're also going to notice animated grass going on here as well. There is a lot to the system. You saw the basics of creating terrain. Now the cool thing here is it uses a tile-based system. So you're going to see there's various different chunks being created underneath. What I can actually go ahead and do is come down here to this one right here, and then now we can start doing adjacent tiles. So see here, paint, 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 and I can also control click to get rid of it or click to add it back. It is that simple. Then when you're actually creating terrain like this, and if I go ahead and let's just drop our size down. By the way, there's a hotkey version to do this as well, to do that in the same manner. But if I come down here across various different tiles like that, no problem at all. It will paint things across tiles. There's also some other really cool things that this can do. For example, I could go ahead and create something a little bit big. Let's go ahead and set some fall off on that. So let's go right there. Let's say I created this hill over here. And if what I want to do is have that slope down, I've got tools like this guy right here. So I can just go ahead and grab that, drag from there, and say I want it to go to this point, and it will automatically do a bridge across the points that you just created. So some really powerful tools there for working with this guy as well. And then on top of that, we have other tools in here as well. This one is for doing smoothing. So if you want to smooth out the edges and so on, you can do that right there. At the same time, we also can level things off to a fixed level. So this one marks it down to all at one particular height as you're working on it. And then of course, we've got the ability to control where grass is drawn. So we can do grass over here, or I think it's control paint to get rid of the grass in the other area. And then the other neat, oh wait, maybe mask mode. The other neat thing here is we go over here, and this is where your textures come in, and you're going to see there's a variety of different textures that are set up. You can create them and change these as your heart's content, but you notice down here, we've got a variety of different things. So here, this is your base grass. We're going to paint some grass into that area, and you can see the result immediately. Or I could come down and do like a slightly different one, so, and paint that in that area as well. We also notice there is a material down here for void, and if we just want to get rid of part, like you want to do a cave or something, you just paint it with a void material, and then boom, it just deletes all texturing from that particular location. On top of that, we got a couple of other tools here as well. So this one here is just straightforward. I open up the output here, and basically will print all of the details underneath where I click, so for just simple debugging information. And then finally, we have this one here, which is for your global settings, so you can set how your terrains are created, the grass sizes, and so on. You can also set up how terrain is rendered. That is done back with this one when you add a new tile in, so that's this guy over here. So add a new tile in, you're going to notice here it's using polyhedron, but we could also say spherical and so on, and it just changes that way that terrain will ultimately be treated when you work with it. And then, yeah, that's so you see a little bit rendering results different. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Yugen's Terrain Authoring Toolkit. Again, the entire idea behind this is to get that 3D world, 2D pixel art mashup style here. But also, if you're just doing like low-res terrain and you want that chunky edge look, this is the perfect tool for creating that kind of stuff. And again, as you saw, you have these straightforward tools. Now, I wonder what happens if I actually grab something that has something on it. Yeah, it just kills it. Okay, so you see, by the way, it does also have full undo there as well. Yeah, and again, it's creating all the chunks for you. Each one, again, accordingly has its own grass planter values here as well. Grass planter value here as well. It sets up collision maps for you, everything else you need to work with your game. A very cool project in my humble opinion. So if you do want to go ahead and check this one out, head on over. It is, again, called Yugen's Terrain Authoring Toolkit. It is under the MIT license. If you like what he's doing here, by the way, do drop him a star. This does use the marching square for algorithm for creating the train in Godot. It does work with the most current version. Again, the version 1.0 was literally just released last week, so it is a new project. Again, you can elevate and lower terrain based on cells in a chunk grid, level terrain to a user set height, smooth terrain depending on the average height of the neighboring cells, build a bridge between things. You can paint up to 15 custom textures, and then the one is void. Paint a mask map that determines whether cells should draw the grass instance on them. Get debug information for selected cells, change the internal marching squares algorithm, vertex merge threshold, smoother or block your terrain, so depending on the art style that you ultimately want there, and so on. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is it. If you want to go ahead and check this one, just come on in, clone the repository, like just grab this guy, clone it down, and then what you're going to find, the sample scene that you want to go ahead and check out is available right there. So just open that one up, and you can start playing with it. Everything, then, is available. Just select the marching squares train right there, or if you're bringing this in from scratch, go ahead and create a new one like so. So marching squares toolbox, marching squares, which one is it? Marching squares, anyways, you want this guy right here, so marching squares train, create one of those in the world, and then with it selected, you'll find a toolbar down the side here that you can work with. Everything is there. Really simple to work with, but a powerful tool. By the way, this was apparently inspired from this guy's project, this Infinity Realm Expedition project right there. So that's where the initial code was forked from to create this. And if you want to learn more about Yugen's train authoring, he does have a tutorial and walkthrough of the project. You can learn more about that. I'll have that in the linked article down below as well. So again, train is definitely one of those areas where Godot just doesn't have any tooling out of the box, and it's cool to see projects like this. This one is going to fit a very specific game and art style, which is 3D meets pixel art. But if you want to have 3D train or 3D worlds and your pixel art aesthetic or a low poly style aesthetic, this could be a good pickup for you. So ladies and gentlemen, that is Yugen's train authoring toolkit. If you do like what you see here, do be sure, again, drop him a star. I do love to see these open source projects expand in scope, and let me know what you think of this, of the lack of train tools out of the box in Godot. You can actually make the argument that tools like this fill the gap and they fill it more appropriately. And then you can also make the argument, this should be included out of the box. I'm curious, which one are you on? Which team do you think train should be in Godot out of the box, or do you think it's solutions like this that are ideal? All right, let me know what you think. Comments down below. I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.